If you're new to calisthenics, chances are you are right now very motivated. You're very excited to get started with your bodyweight journey, and it's most likely because of the inspiration you've taken away from all these advanced athletes doing all these crazy advanced bodyweight movements. But if you want to build muscle fast when starting calisthenics, there is one core principle that you simply must prioritize in your early stages of calisthenics, because if you don't, like I did myself, you're going to make very little progress and you're going to be hitting plateau to plateau. So if you want to avoid the bumps and crashes along the road, stay tuned, take notes and enjoy the video. So this principle I'm talking about, as a beginner, you must prioritize your first few months of training, or maybe even a year. Of course, the rate of progress is going to vary from person to person, but all in all, a beginner with bodyweight training should prioritize and focus, must prioritize on building a solid foundation of strength. And this is broken down into 3 parts, which is focusing on the basics, learning the basics, and mastering the basics. If you're completely new to calisthenics and you've got no idea what exercises to do, how many sets, how many reps, how to even structure your workouts, I've already made a whole playlist, a complete guide to starting calisthenics for free on this YouTube channel, so I'm going to leave a link here so you can check that out in your free time. Going back to the 3 points of building a solid foundation of strength with bodyweight training. So the first one is to simply focus on the basics, the basic exercises such as the push-ups, chin-ups, hanging knee raises, etc. These simple, basic yet super effective exercises is what makes calisthenics, what makes bodyweight training. All the variations you see of push-ups, for example, all follow the main guidelines and principles of the regular push-up. So if you want to be able to do more advanced push-ups, you've got to have the regular push-up down. And the beauty of the basics as well is that it's easily adjustable based on your current strength levels. And from there, it's very easy to learn the progression schemes, which I've covered in previous exercise tutorials, so you can actually get down the basic exercise faster. Now with that in check, what you've got to do upon that is to learn the basics. And in order to learn the basics faster, you've got to train with frequency. And what I strongly advise is full body 3 times a week. To not only maximize protein synthesis and the rate of building muscle, you're also practicing the basic exercises at a more frequent rate, meaning you're going to get better at those exercises much sooner, meaning more gains at a faster rate. As well as training with frequency, you want to assess how you're performing the exercise. So when you're new, of course, you're not really gonna know what's right, what's wrong. So research is, you definitely have to do a bit of research. This YouTube channel is of course not a bad recommendation. So assessing your technique, look at what you're doing right, and when you're doing something right, continue to do that right. And then what you're not doing right, be honest with yourself, correct those weaknesses and turn them into your strengths, because with bodyweight training, you're only as strong as your biggest weakness. And if you try and do more variations, but you've got a really concerning weak part in an exercise, for example, let's say a weak core, you are not going to get very far, and if anything, you're going to be far more prone to injury. So if you want to avoid snap city, plateau city, no gains city, learn the basics and learn how to do them well by training them frequently as well. So number 3 of the 3, master the basics. So not only do you want to get the basics down and learn the basics, you want to be very good at the basics. Because like I said, when starting calisthenics, it's all about building a solid foundation of strength. That is, if you approach it right, as I'm guiding you right now. But God, I'm really good at digressing, aren't I? Anyway, if you want to be able to perform harder variations to a good standard, you have to have the basic exercise itself down to a very good standard. Now there's many different guidelines and recommendations of what a solid foundation is, but in short, use your common sense really and focus on just getting really good at the basics and being able to do them with perfect form for several repetitions. And so as you build this strong foundation of strength, you're ultimately becoming good at walking before you can run. And if you can walk before you can run, it's going to be so much easier to run because you're not going to trip over. I know you want to learn all the fancy tricks and insanely strong variations, but please, get the basics down. Despite it not being a short process, you will thank yourself greatly for it in the long run. Literally, all I want you to take away from this video is basics. Stick to the basics. Get good at the basics. Prioritize the basics. And so that said, that is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this helped. If you gained some knowledge and you're going to apply it to your training and you actually find success within your training, well, not if, you will if you do it right, give this video a cheeky thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, you like this content, you want to see more of it, go on mate, come on, subscribe. As well as subscribing, turn on post notifications so you do not miss a single upload, so you can take in more of this valuable content. Stay tuned for future content and I'll catch you all in the next video.